a rivalry that defines the sport. One that everyone points to and asks what makes a good or classic rivalry in college football. The Scarlet and Gray against the Maize and Blue. Two diametrically opposed programs who will meet again to continue a rivalry that has had everything from Heisman statements to pepper spray at midfield. Welcome to the Big House, home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Buckeyes will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Looking for room. It's Whitaker. Oh, he's got some space. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Those who stay will be champions, so said Bo Schembechler, and those who keep it on the ground churn out first downs.
Yeah, it's because it's a way of life, right? It's that physicality. It's going to be hard in practice all week. When you're at Michigan, it's going to be grind. It's going to be physical. That's who they are. They won't compromise. And if you get to stick around, here recently, a lot of success, too.
They're going to ride this running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Guys, let's chat about Michigan. Big moment in recruiting last week. Four-star defensive back gives a verbal commitment. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Obviously, the adjustment of speed is a big deal, but that's why you go get a four-star guy like this. I mean, he's got speed. You play so many DBs at one time. This is a position I feel like you can transition to college really well. The expectations for him are going to be high.
From the gun, running back gets to give. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. As most everyone knows by now, one of the top disruptors on defense in the country, five-star defensive lineman, and they got him with a huge verbal commitment last week. What's that going to do for them?
I mean, the excitement level through the roof. Getting a guy like that you know is plug and play. I mean, big, strong athlete.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Trying to take it back. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Ohio State. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
You always want to come out and set the tone as a defense. Get a stop, make a punt. How about this? Get the INT and take it back to the house. Way to set the tone for this defense early.
From inside the 15, here's the return. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34. Guys, let's chat about Michigan. They've climbed into the top 15, reached a little bit of a checkpoint, haven't they? Playoff is 12 teams. But it's right about this range if people start tuning in to see what you can do, to see if you're the real deal. Isn't that right, David?
Yeah, and cheering against you, right? A lot of times because their teams are doing well or competing with you. But let's see if the squad can build on the momentum. Starting to get some momentum, some love now, Jesse. How do they handle that?
I'm excited to see how this team is going to finish, too, because we know they've got talent. They've got guys that can take the game over. The question I have now moving forward, can they do it on the biggest stages? And today, it's about as big as it gets.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds him out of the backfield. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
And this offense choose to be aggressive. Listen, once you start getting to midfield, you see most offenses be aggressive, and they chance, and they failed now. Early in the game, a chance to create momentum, to swing back to the other side of the football field.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's Tatum. They found a little running room out of the Wildcat, still short of the first down marker. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
These are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. You don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously...
Intercepted for the 11th time. Looking for more room. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
The short hands, it's Hilton. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain. The Wolverines want to pick up the tempo.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
The offense changing the play. He wants to throw it again. Fires to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it, floating down toward the earth. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback. These two first squared off in 1897, and this rivalry is almost like a history of the sport itself.
So much history, so much tradition. I can go back to 2006 when they were 1 and 2 in the country. You know, like, these games really matter. The uniforms are clean. The athletes are flowing. There's tons of athletes all over the place. This is always a huge showdown.
And you think about some of the great coaches that have graced the sidelines in this rivalry. Bo Schembechler at Michigan and Woody Hayes at Ohio State. And it's amazing, in a conference full of trophy games, maybe the greatest rivalry doesn't even have one.
The number one goal as a defense is try to hit the QB as many times as possible. Try to rattle him, try to get him flustered a little bit. Nice job getting there, getting the hit on him, but nice job of executing by the quarterback. Taking the hit, delivering the strike.
They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
The Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. Caught over the middle, it's Graham. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to make magic with his feet. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big 3rd down conversion by this offense.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to fire. Caught behind the line. It's Tatum. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
This defense has got to be better in coverage. You want to get off the field, you got to keep defending. You got to do something to make the offense feel uncomfortable. So far, way too easy for this offense.
We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Tatum. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Ready to try the point after. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Snap of this drive will come from their own 17. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I don't like the play call. You're down this much against the best run defense in the entire country. You're just smashing your face against the wall. You're not going to get it done. To win this game, you're going to have to throw the ball to get back in it.
Making side adjustments here. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. play of the period will be a second down. Wants to go up top. Safe completion on the screen. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The screen always seems so easy until you find all of that traffic right in front, Jesse.
Yeah, and we see so many screens in college football these days. The ball getting spit out quickly. I think more and more defenses, Reese, today are just expecting it. They're practicing against it all week leading up to games. You can tell this defense well-versed right now in how to stop these types of plays.
Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31.
It's hard for an offense to win when you get in predictable situations. What a great job understanding where the first down marker is. Got to get a big gain, got to get that first down. Nice job, great nose for the first down.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. On the ground, it's Whitaker. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. They get him out of bounds. Couple yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. And the Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Gerbach or Tom Brady, Jim Harbaugh, Brian Griese, guys that could hurt you throwing the ball from the pocket, surveying the field, reading defenses, and making quick decisions. This guy has the ability to do all of those things.
The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. The give to the back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And the throw out to the sideline, good for a few. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
It's been a nice drive by this offense so far, and now this quarterback is faced with a critical 3rd down in the red zone, trailing by a couple of possessions. If they're able to capitalize here, get this first down, score a touchdown on this drive, this game takes on a completely different feel. So this just feels like a massive moment in this game.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Quarterback may change this route. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Touchdown, Michigan! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated, the relationship between a QB and a wide receiver.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Georgia Tech will need to mount a comeback, but those fans that were there when Calvin Johnson was a two-time All-American know this game is not over. They're trailing by 7 to Georgia. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the snap, it's Tatum. Navigates that mass of bodies and gets 4 out to the 17.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Looking to pass, it's St. Clair. Steps away to find some room. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent. He's making bad decisions.
There's so many great rivalries in college football, guys, but I think this one, because of the disdain and the excellence, sort of rises to the top.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are great rivalries scattered all around this country. In-state rivalries, interconference rivalries with great history, great pageantry. But I think what makes Ohio State versus Michigan unique is the fact that more often than not, these are two teams competing for national championships at the end of the year, and this game really does determine the national landscape.
And 19 national championships between the two teams. Late in the year, it always matters. You go back to 2006, #1 versus #2. So always disdain, always hate. Don't even call each other by their names. Like, this rivalry means so much to college football.
Third play of the drive, and they need to make something happen here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Shoots it to the left. The throw to the outside is complete. And right in the middle of tight coverage, and he still makes the grab at the 15. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires into the end zone. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
I'll tell you something. In college football, you're lucky if you get 2 interceptions in a season. This guy now has 2 interceptions. In the first half of this game, he's been reading the quarterback's eyes, and he has been everywhere, an absolute ball hawk.
They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Back to pass, it's St. Clair. He's going for a big play downfield. He's got it on the outside. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
Wants to go up top on first down. Throws for the tight end. Wide open downfield. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. Just like that, a hat trick of completions, and they're on the doorstep.
3 plays, 3 beautifully executed plays. This offense is in a really good rhythm. This defense better change something quickly because this has been way too easy.
Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Direct snap. It's Tatum. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And he added the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Guided out of bounds at the 32 after a good return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Quarterback making adjustments. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. He's looking to throw. Takes the easy one to the back. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Quick completion to the right. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. First and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the wideout. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Throws to the wideout. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on fourth down. It's third and long from the 45. Pressure coming. Takes a hit as he fires. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Got some room to run. Touchdown, Buckeyes. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Leaves it with the back. Powers through the defender. He finds enough room to get it up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Kick it away to crank up the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Ohio State offense onto the field. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. Looking downfield, it's St. Clair. Makes the grab. It's Hale. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
That had to be a coverage bust because there is no way one of the best receivers in the country was that wide open. Somebody on defense wasn't where they were supposed to be. They had their eyes in the wrong place. That should not happen ever.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. To the air on first down. Makes the grab. It's Hale. And he showed off that stiff arm for a nice pickup on the play.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Unloads to the wideout. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down. The Buckeye aerial attack continues to be prolific. You feel as if they're on the verge of scoring on any snap.
And it's such a good blend between such great offensive talent year after year after year that you see go to the draft, but also great play calling, great play design. They've always got it working, and you know this offense is always capable of hanging 40 points and making it look easy.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wide receiver going in motion. Gonna look downfield again. Pocket breaking down. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet. Haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. To the air. It's St. Clair. That's caught. It's Graham. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll pull it on the read. Can't get him to the ground. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
And the Buckeyes will have it 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. The quick out. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Well, that's one that DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. second down, they'll go to the air. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
And on that incompletion, I think the quarterback was being just a bit too careful, trying to throw that ball too far outside, obviously aware that the defenders are coming from the inside. You don't want to put it behind the intended target and risk the pick six, but he needs to be more accurate.
Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in, it's Porter. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they take it in for 6 more points. Ohio State is dotting Michigan's eye as the Buckeyes are firmly in control.
And Ohio State, you know, they've let a few get away from their rival in Michigan, and they're trying to get that back. So they came into this one with a chip on their shoulder. They're not always used to being in that position when they play against Michigan. But, David, in the second half here, it's all Buckeyes.
Yeah, and you know you got to be physical. When you play the Wolverines, you know the type of brand that they play. Ohio State has matched that physicality. They have been ready. They were ready for the game, and they've handled business.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Motion from the back. Snap to the back. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the mistiming.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
And you thought maybe in this second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession right there.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Moving away from pressure. They got him for the sack, and they'll get the ball back after the 4th down stop.
And listen, obviously, you know, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on 4th down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. I'm curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players, most have, in those slot positions.
Virtually unblocked, and he stopped for a loss of 8.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There's a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
Looking downfield, it's St. Clair. Fires to the wideout. Trying to find the end zone. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And he gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
The Buckeyes line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
From inside the 15, here comes the return. Maybe if he could have eluded just 1 or 2 more guys, it would have been a big return, but they'll mark it at the 30. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Running to the left. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
On the direct snap, it's Whitaker. Flips it out to the back. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Motion from the wideout. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He gets it so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Talk about spreading the ball around, everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see.